I'm going live. You're live. The TikTok tarot readers tell me I'm great. The TikTok tarot readers tell me I'm famous. Today's a big day. I feel it. I feel it in the air. First of all, I woke up. I did everything right. I took care of my to-do list. Boom, boom, boom. Took care of that to-do list. Boom, boom, boom. Then I was like, wow. What else should I do? Because I already did everything. It was like 9 a.m. I was like, I did everything I was supposed to do. And there are hard things. I had to get an EIN. I had to file my S-Corp paperwork for 2 LLCs. I had to do a lot of stuff today. And I did it so fast. I was like, wow, this process has changed a lot since the last time I did it. Everything's online. So easy. I even applied for bank accounts for my businesses. I don't know if this lettuce is bad or if it's just got sauce on it. Hard to say. Better safe than sorry. I couldn't keep up with my meal delivery, so some of these meals are older than they're supposed to be. But it's a great service. I pretend like I have a private chef every day. And I'm like, oh, what meal did my private chef make for me today? And then I heat it up because in my mind, my private chef lives just meal preps for me because I don't want someone in my house anyway. You know, I wouldn't want someone sitting in my kitchen cooking a whole ass meal. Cook my meal in your kitchen, please, and then bring it to me. So that's exactly what I have here, except that it's not a private chef at all. It's a meal delivery service. Vegan, gluten-free, and organic. Just like how I like to eat. The whole gluten-free situation is not necessarily my vibe, but it's probably good for me. I get down on some bread. But their food is really good. So today we have some beet cakes with some quinoa and some semi-slimy lettuce and apples. Sorry, it's so loud. I usually use wood spatulas, but right now we're using a metal spatula, so it's like every time I use it, I'm like, I'm only using it because all my other dishes, I have to do the dishes. My dishes are dirty. And then it's got some sauce. Who knows what it is? I don't know. There's a sign about it. And all the ingredients are great. That's good food. I'm loving my life where I don't have to cook. And I only have to clean one plate. These are, I've been doing like this rainbow thing on my social media, which I have some crazy news about my social media. So I bought rainbow shirts, shirts in every color. That's what's going on here. And the problem is, the reason why they're here in the kitchen is because I don't know where I'm supposed to, I don't know where I'm going to put them because my closet, I don't want to hang them all up, and I don't really have like drawer space for them. So I've just been like passively thinking like, where am I going to keep these new rainbow shirts I got? Maybe I'll put them in like a box. I'll put them in a box in my closet. That could work. Is there vegan mukbang? Like healthy mukbang? Is that what this is? Okay, so my news about my social media is that I took my Unicole Unicron. It is tasty. These guys kill it. And you know how I found out about them? ChatGPT. I've never even heard of them before. because I've tried a couple meal delivery service. The first one I got, they're like, yeah, here you go. Have fun cooking your own meal. I was like, what the hell? I don't want to cook my own meal. They give you like a half of a bell pepper. You're supposed to cut it up. You already cut it in half once. Why did you not continue cutting it? Why do I have to cut it? I don't need like a little like reward for cutting the rest of this bell pepper. Just finish cutting it. So I like the kind that comes fully prepared, but usually it's frozen. And the frozen one, I don't know, I just haven't even, for when, takes too long to thaw out. That's my main gripe. Maybe it tastes great, but it takes too long to thaw out. This I could make real quick. Because by the time I'm hungry, I didn't know I was going to be hungry. All of a sudden, I haven't eaten in 8 hours, and I'm like, I have to eat right now. This is my one, like, autistic thing that I can't do is cook. So anyway, I took my Unicole Unicron Instagram account and I pivoted it to angelic technology. This, unbeknownst to me, was a mistake because I thought everyone was going to be a fan of what I was doing, and they have not been. I've got people so upset. People are bullying me. People are just, what do you call it? Lurking. They're lurking. And there's no support. You know, it's like people are just like spying on me, but not like engaging. It's fine because I didn't build that audience with that content. But it's been really discouraging. And I haven't been able to like actually connect with the audience that I'm trying to make content for. And I've been focusing on marketing. I've been doing all this stuff. It's like one of those things where it's like your limitations are actually your blessings, because I've been really focusing on marketing and I've been like studying it like a crazy person. Like I've got pages and pages and pages of notes. And it's kind of how you have to be if you're going to like put stuff online anyways these days. But I have at least, that's just my main autistic thing. Most of my other autistic things are just like actually from CPTSD. So anyway, I hired this marketing company. This is my second one that I've hired. The first marketing company I hired screwed me over. And I only have bad things to say about them, so I won't talk about them. But the second marketing company I'm working with is awesome. They've taught me so much. And I told them about this problem. And they're like, oh, you need to start a new account. Like, you shouldn't have ever pivoted the original account. And I was like, I agree. And then they're just like, yeah, just start a new account. And I was like, but I'm not going to have any followers. They're like, doesn't matter. So that's crazy. It's a great salad. The next thing that happened was I finished one of my new songs today, working with this producer. Awesome. I just love how you can just be like, I want to work with a new producer. And then you ask someone, you're like, hey, do you know anyone who's a producer? And they're like, yeah, this person. And then you just work with them. "93-second microwave burritos, totally up my alley." Like, that's exactly what I'm talking about. In my 20s, I made a cookbook in my brain called The Lazy Girl's Guide to Eating. Something like that. It was something like Lazy Girl, something or another. And it was like microwaving eggs and shit. Like microwave an egg. You take a tortilla and you put peanut butter, an avocado, and an egg. And then that'll keep you going for at least half the day. Just choke it down. Ads, I actually haven't even run ads, and the marketing people I work with, they're like, you shouldn't need to run ads. Like, the way that social media works, you should be able to just target exactly who you're talking to, and I think it's just more authentic that way. Nothing against ads, but I don't personally like ads. I'll use them at some point. I was experimenting with ads for UniPlanner, but I don't think I put enough money into it, and it didn't reach anyone. So anyway, I got this new song finished, and the lyrics are super negative. And I'm only listening to high vibe music right now, so I'm kind of like, what's going on? Like, why did I make this song that's like really negative? And I've been kind of going back and forth in my mind, like, oh, art, artistic expression is important. You can make whatever music you want. And then I was kind of going through some of the songs that I've made in the last couple of years. Oh my god. And I was like, apparently eating is one of the things that I can't do. And I was like, oh, this new negative song fits perfectly in with all these other negative songs. And my music producer, who I worked with on all these other negative songs, totally ghosted me. But I'm hoping that we can agree to release these songs at some point, and then I can have a whole album of negative songs. And I'm going to call it The End of the World. So that's basically ready to go. I just need to like somehow manifest this music producer somehow being cooperative, even though they haven't been since like 2021. Hello, True Zealand. Thank you. There's a reason why ads are $1 billion industry. That's true. But so is influencing. Avocados, aroma tomatoes, and ciabatta bread. For a while, I think this is probably a little sodium heavy for it to be like a healthy thing to eat all the time, but just like, and it's not vegan, but this is before I was vegan. A spoonful of ricotta and then a green olive. A spoonful of ricotta and then a green olive. That was like one of my fixation foods for at least a few months. I've been chugging my Mary Ruths. You can tell my hair's getting long. I just noticed. I was like, ooh, I took Mary Ruths like 4 days in a row. And also, I got my hair cut. Because my hair always looks stupid, right? Like always. And that's okay. It's because I cut it myself. Because I'm basically like a tech billionaire who cuts his own hair. That's just like who I am. And then every time I've gone to get my hair cut, they've done such a bad job that I'm like, I could do better than this. But recently, I got my hair cut. And look at this. Can you believe this? These are layers. And she used these magic scissors that have like gaps in them. And she just like, she's like, you have way too much hair. And I'm like, I didn't know that was like a problem, She's like, yeah, I'm going to thin it out. You're going to love it. And she's just like, and all this hair is falling to the ground. And I was like, I kind of want my hair on my head, not on the ground. But when she was done, like, this is the best haircut I've ever had in my whole life. Do you guys remember when I was doing my own bangs? Who's been here since then? And then people would make fun of me on Periscope. And then I had this elaborate tall tale I would tell about how my hairdresser actually specially cuts my bangs with these scissors that have been these golden scissors that have been around since Jesus' time, that were fabled to like cut Jesus' hair. I compensate for the sodium of my foods by adding no salt potassium salt to keep my blood pressure down. The potassium salt even reduces the negative effects of sodium-laden chili and beans. I've never heard of such a thing. I don't think I believe in what you're saying, because usually reality doesn't work that way, but I like the idea. You don't need to change even a single strand. This guy is almost grown out to the point that it's like blending in. That was a problem for a while. It really works. Okay, so today was awesome. I filed all my paperwork. I got all my to-do lists done. I finished a song. My house is a mess. And you know what? I've been like, I need a house cleaner. What I really need is a wife. And I would like a wife. I'm working on getting the confidence to be able to hold space for a wife. But I don't have a wife yet. I have an amazing nanny. And she's inspiring me. She's amazing. She's like my best friend. She's so beautiful and so good at being a nanny. And she's so cool. And she's so beautiful. So I'm like, oh yeah, I could have a wife. Like, if I could have a wife cooking my meals and cleaning my house, and I could just like take them on vacation, and she would just be happy, then I'd be like, great. That's what a wife is. It's like, I've got a wife. But I don't have a wife. So I have a nanny. And I was like, I need somebody to clean my house. Like, I can't live like this. I do clean it. I clean it like every day, and I get it clean. But every day I'm like, oh, I don't want to clean my house. And I've tried all kinds of things. I've tried habit stacking. Mostly the only thing that really works is listening to music or a podcast or talking on the phone. Because otherwise I can't bear starting it. Or I'll get distracted because there's so many other things I would like to be doing. I want to work all day long. I want to sit at my computer and I want to type. And I want to work. All I want to do is type and work and check things off my to-do list. This is my pleasure in life. And it's all I want to do. So if I have to do stuff that's not that, or like hanging out with my kid, I love hanging out with my kid. That's such a freaking blast. We went to the beach this morning. First we went to the coffee shop. And this coffee shop's really cool because it's got like an enclosed area for kids. And I was like, what's the vibe here? Because my kid gets up at 4:30, 5:30. Today he woke up at 5:30. That's like sleeping in for us. And there's nothing to do around town until like 10, like kid-centric stuff. And I'm like, why does kid-centric stuff not start until 10 a.m.? That's his nap time. Like, he's ready to go back to sleep by then. So, this coffee shop, I'm like, ooh, maybe this is where everybody's hanging out at 7 a.m. So I went there. Nobody there. And then who shows up? 3 cops. And they're all standing around with their hand on their gun. And then 2 more cops. And then 3 more cops. It was like Cop Central. I was like, we gotta get out of here. And you know what the coffee people did? I was there first. I ordered a croissant and some coffee, a latte, an almond milk latte. And guess what? They served all those cops before they gave me my drink and my food. And it was freezing out. And I was like, are you freaking kidding me? I'm standing here with all these cops and you're not even giving me my coffee? So as soon as I got my coffee, I was out of there. I was like, I'm not sticking around to see if there's any kids coming because I'm not hanging out in Cop City where they're getting unfair privileges. So then we went to the beach. And the beach was dope. There was a dead stingray, which was kind of creepy. And it had spikes on its back. And there were so many sand dollars. I saw probably 40 sand dollars. I know. I wouldn't patronize that place again either, except it's the only kid-friendly coffee shop in my area. For like 20 miles. They've got me by the balls. Okay, the potassium salt increases the frequency and volume of your urination, ridding you of sodium salt. But then you better be drinking extra water. Otherwise, you're just depleting yourself of, you're just doubling your problems. It is a real pity. So I need to clean my house tonight instead of working on fun projects. And I'm gonna buy a new car soon. I can only afford a 2015 of the car that I want, 2015 or older. But they didn't invent maps on screen until 2022. But a 2022 version of the car is like triple expensive of the 2015. So I'm like sitting here like, can I manifest triple the money for a car? Or should I just bite the bullet and keep looking at my phone when I drive? People often serve their regulars first. Just one coffee. One mom with a latte versus like 8 cops. I don't think that's right. CarPlay is awesome. I want that. I want to pay, like, literally, this is the one thing I want in a car. I'm willing to pay triple the amount of money if I had the money. If I could get approved for that big of a loan, which I can't. Triple the money just to get the maps on the screen. I don't know why they took so long to do that. 2022? 2020, okay. You should have it out in 2020. New cars are crazy expensive. I don't like the robot voice. Otherwise, I would just listen to it. Right now, I put it in the cup holder, and that works pretty good. And then I bought this magnetic car thing, right? And so I was like really excited, and I put the magnet on my phone, and it like heats my phone up so much. And I'm like, well, that sucks, but if this works, then it works. And so I was all excited, and guess what? I peeled the sticker off. It came with 2. Didn't even stick. It didn't even stick to nothing. Such a waste of energy to make this whole product. It doesn't even stick. We could change the voices. I never thought about that. Can you really change the voices? I've only ever heard like rerouting. Triple insurance. In California, they want to tax mileage. I haven't even looked up the insurance of this car that I want. It's a sports car for sure. And the problem is I had a sports car. I had a 2001 Audi TT and I loved it. It was my dad's like midlife crisis car or whatever. And he gave it to me when my car crashed out, my 93 Honda Accord hatchback. I had a 92 Honda Accord hatchback, and then I had a 93 Honda Accord hatchback. So I was like, this is it. This is all I need. Like, Honda Accord hatchbacks, here we go. And unfortunately, my Honda Accord hatchback, my 93, was a lemon. And I just put like repair after repair after repair after repair. So I had spent like $15,000 on this like $2,000 car, maybe $1,000 car at some point. And I was like, I kind of realized like, oh, if I total this car, like I'm not going to get $15,000. This is stupid. So then it crapped out and I was like, I can't keep fixing it. And my dad was like, do you want my Audi TT? And I was like, hell yeah, I want your Audi TT. So I drove the Audi TT everywhere and I loved it. And my plate said UNICULT. And I was so cool and I go so fast and it was manual. And in LA, it's so fun. It's just like, you can park anywhere because it's this big. You could fit a lot in it still. Like the trunk was spacious. Backseat didn't exist. So, oh, we all gotta drive somewhere. I can't, my car's too small. Let's go in someone else's car. Ideal. Gerbot, is that, Eating Magic, is that an Audi? Did you ever go EV or hybrid? Maybe. Usually the price is like high and I've just never had one. That's cool. I love Audis, man. I love that. I love my Audi TT. And when I had a baby, I was like, oh, time to grow up. Like, what am I gonna? I'm not gonna try to like jerk the seat forward and like shove my kid into like the back seat that doesn't even exist, like in a car seat, and then a semi comes and like crushes us, you know. So then I bought a Toyota Highlander, and I love my Toyota Highlander, and I got it because I was in Georgia. I wanted to fit in, and like everybody has a white SUV, like literally everyone. And I was like, okay, like the mayor's wife had an SUV, my neighbor had a white SUV, everybody had a white SUV. I was like, I'll drive this thing around, it'll be great. My place said all one. So I was driving around all one, fitting in with everybody. Not really, but you know, that was the dream. And I got it because I thought, oh, we're living on a cult commune. I'm gonna need to pile in like 6 people, 7 people in the car, and we can do that. But now I'm back in California, and I'm like, the Toyota Highlander is so depressing to me. Like, it's got a V6, so I can gun it, and I can go pretty fast, which I like to do. But it's not a sports car. And so I was back and forth, like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? Like, what's the right car for me? You think that hybrid is a better idea because you can't get stranded. Wolf Bright, I was looking at the GR86. They're so cool. I was like, oh, these are awesome. Because first I got down the Supra path, and I was like, oh, they make Supras again? I was like, Supras are cool. So then I was like, okay, Supras are dope. And then like, what's going on with the GR86? I was like watching all these YouTube videos, and then I like snapped out of it, and I was like, oh, it's a 2-door. This is the same problem I had in the beginning. And I was like, but these are dope, and like I really like Toyota. And then I was like, maybe I do an Audi, I don't know, like and then I was talking to ChatGPT, and ChatGPT's like, get a Porsche. Like, you should have a Porsche. And I'm like, yeah, ChatGPT, like, I'm not gonna get a Porsche. And I was like, tell me more about Porsches. Let's see here. So then I was like, okay, well, if I'm going to be practical and have a Porsche, then I should get a Porsche Macan. And then I was just like, in my head, I was like, I'm manifesting a Porsche Macan. And I was looking at them on the road, and I was like, you know what? This is not inspiring to me. Just because it's a Porsche, like me, I haven't even test driven one yet because I haven't made my way down to test drive one, but they don't look like they go that fast, you know? And they're pretty expensive. And they're just not inspiring, you know? I was just like, the reason why I do like Porsches is because they look fucking cool, you know? And this one doesn't look cool, it looks normal. And that's like exactly what I'm not trying to do. So I was like, I need to stop trying to bully myself into a mom car. I need a car that can work as a mom and also is a cool fucking car. So then I was thinking all these thoughts, and then God was like, guess what? Next door to you, someone literally a block away, less than like not even a full block, okay? Next block over, a couple houses down, a Porsche is on the street, this beautiful car, for sale sign. It's a Porsche, the sign said Porsche Panorama. And I was like looking it up after I got home. That's not even what it's called. This woman is rich as balls, apparently. She's got 3 cars. She's like, oh, I feel like I should just downsize. I don't need all 3 cars. And it's got like barely any miles on it. And it's called a Porsche Panamera, and it looks like a spy car. It looks like a Charlie's Angels. It looks like a Charlie's Angels car, right? So I call the bank up, and I'm like, how much are you going to give me so I can buy a Porsche? And they're like, not as much as that car costs. And new, they're like up to $250,000 if you get the turbo. There's a couple different styles. So I'm looking for a white Porsche Panamera GTS with a tan interior. And I think that's the car for me. And, you know, maybe people will judge me, and maybe everybody's going to look at me and say, who is that? And I'll get a lot of attention I don't necessarily want or need, but It's going to feel a lot better than driving a Toyota Highlander. Automatic doors sounds cool. The upkeep on a Porsche is crazy. Yeah, so I offered this woman like $9,000 less than she was asking because I was like, ChatGPT said that I'm gonna have to put $10,000 into this car by the next year or two. And she was like, nope. And I was like, okay. So I would have had it if she had bargained with me, but I was asking for a pretty big bargain. What I read about the Porsches is that, at least this model, or what actually a friend of a friend who's a Porsche head said that the GTS is just as fast as the turbo almost, but a lot less upkeep. So that's why I'm going for the GTS rather than the stock model. The GR86 is way better than the Supra. It's half the weight and can drift. Besides that, the GR86 costs twice as much for Toyota to build than what you pay for it at the dealership. Yeah, and the only upside is like the interior was designed by BMW, right? I just watched a video detailing the two of them. The guy seemed to enjoy the 86 much better. I saw one on the street the other day. I was like, oh, they look so fun. And it's like super affordable as far as sports cars go. The Q5, I will. I love Audis. I think probably the only thing that's kind of funny about Audis is like the weird plastic knobs. Like their interface is just kind of like, feels kind of outdated. They cost a fortune to maintain. You know, that's probably why she's selling it. But dumping that kind of money into a depreciating asset is totally insane. Like, I'm like, yeah, I would love a 2022 that costs like $88,000, which is still completely insane. But like, if I had crazy buku bucks, I would like my maps to be on screen, you know? But buying a new one off the lot and watching it go down like 40K in a year is just, it's just wild. My cousin just picked up a white 2022 Q5 with tan interior at Enterprise for just under 30K, 40,000 miles. Wow, nice. The Supra's interior was designed by BMW. The GR86 has a lot of Subaru input. Interesting. That's what I meant to say if I said something different. I didn't know that about the Subaru input though. So anyway, I'm just driving the Toyota Highlander. I'm trying not to rush the universe. The universe knows I would like at least a 2022 or newer. If that happens for me, that's cool. Otherwise, I'm just going to keep pretending like I'm driving a Porsche Panamera while I go up hills in my Toyota Highlander. But I'll go over. I think there's an Audi dealership near me. I'm gonna go over there and test drive. I'm gonna try to make it a habit of going to like Mercedes and Audi and Porsche dealerships on Saturday afternoons or something, because I think maybe I could meet a rich man there and also test drive some cars and like get an idea of what I actually want to drive. But the Panamera, I just like the way it looks. Like, it looks like a kind of like an Austin Powers, like 1960s. Like, the Audis can be expensive to upkeep as well. Like I said, I've driven, all of my cars have been at least 15 years old, if not 20. Like, every car I've ever had. My first car was a Toyota Celica hatchback, starting my long love of hatchbacks, which is also why I love the Panamera, because it's a hatchback. I love a hatchback. I don't know if it's considered a hatchback, because I don't know if it opens up to the actual, like, interior of the car, but the 60s did have cool designs. I don't know that this car looks like a 60s car, but it's giving 60s vibes, if that makes sense. Look it up. It's just cool. There's a lot of like pretty cool Porsches. The Macan is not one of them. I don't know why I was trying to talk myself into a Macan. Just because it's like a mom car. So I gotta clean my house. I'm gonna do that now. But I manifested a cleaning person also today, because I was like, you know what? I'm so tired of not having a cleaning person, and like I need to just focus on getting my projects done, my money right. I'm just in like super Capricorn moment of like channeling into these specific projects. And I just found out I have to start a whole new Instagram account. Like I have to focus on the internet right now. So I'm really happy about that, because also the water is really hard. I never learned how to clean, right? I have over the years learned how to be tidy, and I'm very tidy, and everything's very well organized, and there's a place for everything, and that's easy for me now. But I never really got the training that a parent should give about deep cleaning. And I've tried to learn, and I've watched TikTok videos and YouTube videos, and I've talked to ChatGPT at length about it, and I've learned quite a lot. But there's just so much to know about how to really get your bathroom clean, how to really get your kitchen clean, how to really get your house clean. And personally, right now for me, I would really love the opportunity not to have to learn that. So the water here is so hard that no matter, it's like I've tried vinegar, I've tried baking soda, I've tried bleach. That's all I know. Oh, I have like a copper natural cleaner. I don't know what else I'm supposed to try. Dish soap. I have no idea. I can't get it off of the bathroom walls, and it's plastic. You know, it's not like even tile. I live in like a rental, so it's just like landlord special bathroom. I would love somebody to come in here, do it right, show me how it's done. Let's go. Have you tried any sweeping plus mopping robots? I haven't. This guy does a great job. Beep bop boop bop. My robot. I haven't ever invested in the mopping one. My house is really small, so it's even ridiculous that I have a robot for this, but it does put in the work. And then I just go around with a little handheld, and I get underneath the cupboards and along the walls. Hard water. I'm not drinking the water out of my sink. It's crazy stuff. Ford versus Ferrari on Peacock the other night, starring Matt Damon and Christian Bale, each of whom gave stellar performances. You might want to check it out. Movie? It's on CLR will usually take off buildup. CLR. Is that a brand? I don't know what that is. At one point, I had a drill with like a spinning like thing, like a brush, and I was like going into I had grout at the time, and I was using like a grout cleaner. That was great. That worked pretty good. Too cluttered for robo vacuum cleaner to work, but I'd love to own and use one day. It's a cleaner specifically designed to remove calcium, lime, and rust. Ooh. All right. Well, if for some reason my new cleaning person falls through, my wife number 2. Also, does anyone have any tips for acquiring a wife? I was like asking myself this question, and I was like, how do I acquire a wife? And I was like, I guess you just have to like ask, right? Like you're out in public and you see a beautiful woman you'd like to wife up, and then you're like, hey, would you like to be my wife? I don't know how. You say, hi, you're so beautiful. Would you like to clean my home? I'll take you on vacation. Hello, beautiful lady. I happen to be in need of a wife. We can start. It's where it's the only place to start, because the dating apps don't work. The dating apps don't work. And I get that, and that's fine. I volunteer as tribute. J Moon, new wife, let's go. Where do you want to go on vacation? What cleaning supplies do you need? I love it. Okay, I really do have to go clean. I'm gonna turn on my driving playlist because that's the one that's actually the hypest, and I'm gonna clean. Thank you for hanging out with me. I'll see you guys later. Uni bless. Good game, good game, good game.